Hinman Trophy. We're here in Marblehead, Massachusetts. It is 69. We'll be reporting to you on what we have as far as activity on the water. You can go online to Eastern Yacht Club, actually to the U.S. Sailing, and Google Hinman Nationals U.S. Sailing, and there are links to Eastern Yacht Club's Twitter link. From there you can see results. For those of you who are new to team racing, there are 24 boats that you can see out. At any given time there will only be 6 starting, and I'm going to walk beside you here, Charlie, to get the rotation. By the way, neither Charlie, who's got the camera, who is with NautiCloud, who's making this possible, or me, have had any TV experience. Charlie, if you want to pan over this way, we can get a shot of the distribution. So we're on race, I think he said 56, which is green and yellow. I'm having trouble seeing down there, although from what I can tell looking at the boat, we are black and red. Unfortunately, we have to shoot right into the sun. Our location is limited to being directly upwind of the course. So for a while we're going to see it. We've had our first judges ruling on the water. These races are all done with on the water umpiring. And an umpire is whistling and flagging one of the red boats who's fouled. We have 1:30 to the first start. So as I was saying a little earlier, this is the first that we know of video broadcast on the internet that's done entirely by Wi-Fi. Other than a camera digital, there's no other equipment needed. We're being called on the radio. Stand by. This is firewood. Come back. There are 2 of us aboard right now. I missed what you said, Greg, but come on out. We're to weather of Mark II. Charlie, I found it a lot easier to look through the viewfinder in the sun. So as I said, we're experimenting here with the process. I'm going to lower our colors so we get a full shot of the water. And there's the first start. Boat 17 was over. I don't know if you can see which one it is. It is the second black boat. They've jibed to clear their air. In just a few seconds, probably 10 or 15, you'll hear the starting horns go again. I don't know if you can pick them up. Charlie, can you hear the starting horns in the earphones?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so we're trying to have between 11 and 20 seconds between groups of starters. Unfortunately, it's tough to pick up the boats against the shore, but the boats are trying to get into what they call plays. A play in team racing is to position your boat.
I think we do need to shorten this line. I think the tide, the same thing as pushing me into the line,
is to position your boat
the bag away from me.
Close enough.
We can't do that until after we've started 3 fleets. And then
I'm going to turn this radio down.
getting the umpires back.
Copy that. We will be lurking.
Good.
Okay, we're just setting up here. So the winning combinations in team racing are any combination that gets you 10 points or less. Your finish pace is the point that you get. It's a low point system. So a 1-2 in anything is a winning combination. A 1-3 in any finish is winning. A 2-3-4 wins, a 2-3-5, and a 1-4-5. So as they come to the first mark here, you're going to see it looks like the red boats are clearly in command. So red 13 rounds in first, red 14. So they've got a 1-2-4, but they're sneaking in a boat. Looks like now we're going to be a 1-2-5. You can actually see the black boat holding off the red boat to allow somebody to slide in from behind. That's called a mark trap. Looks like boat 15 fouled and is taking a penalty turn. Currently, red has a 1-2-6, which is called play 1. Team racers refer to how they're set up as plays, and there are 3 plays that we're going to be working with and notifying you about today. So the red team is doing a play 1 at this point in time. Because I can't see what Charlie sees through the camera, I'll stand behind him. But here you can see that 15 in red and is working on preventing them from any passing maneuvers or getting on their wind. Most of the fleet is jibed for the leeward mark. The course is what we call a digital end. You go to weather, reach weather to the first mark, reach to the second mark, dead downwind to mark 3, reach to the fourth mark, and finish to weather. Courses are designed. If they get shorter than 7.5 minutes, they'll be lengthening the course. Charlie's pointing at now. I know there are green boats in the background, but you can see that the black boats are trying to position for a 1-2 and squeeze out the reds down there. Is at the off the edge of the course, downwind, eat the left, don't coming the red and try to let and that's a race in the books. The red and blue is coming by us. Doing blue. Changing.
Race is just finishing.
On top. Four. Charlie. Going to be in a 2-3. With we can get to upload video.
All right. Doing it after every race.
It's live. And the home wreckers. I'd like to thank
your fingers in.
People know that you can. Charlie, why don't you swing up and Charlie clicks with it. Enter different harbors. Sending up the score. Zims. Charlie is going to happen is we've had ran up for 8 hours 3 1 and if to try to spring somebody through or sail that you can open because for people doing they're kind of which scoots you ahead. The other piece that's really interesting about team racing dinghies is that they stop and start. For those of you who have been team racing in keel boats, it's very tough to slow down a sonar.
Yep.
It's very tough to slow down a J22. A lot of us have done some team racing in Newport at New York Yacht Club. So this is dramatically different. These boats depower and stop quickly. I noticed yesterday some of the crews in the light air, they wanted to stop the boat. They just moved right to the back of the boat. Now, these boats are about 40 pounds less than a Club 420.
Okay.
And I've got the listing of what they are. We'll go through them in a bit because it looks like we're going to be waiting here. We can explain what the boats are. But they are much more high performance than the old Club 420s or the FJs. To the point where they said yesterday, what did we get in yesterday, Cheryl? 56 races? 58 races?
58 races completed.
Wow.
Yesterday.
So with 58 races completed with 3 serious delays for wind, a lot of the time the wind was below 5 knots. Generally when you have 5 knots of wind, just so you can see right now, we have 0 wind speed reading off our B&G right now. So we're in a definite hold until the sea breeze fills in here. But they were saying when we had 2 to 3 knots of breeze yesterday and they were still racing, that it was because these boats have such tall mass. I mean, Charlie, I know you're looking at the instruments now, but if you want to zoom 180, I know it takes a while so you don't pixelate all the boats at the dock. You can actually see people standing on the docks with the boats behind them, and these masts have got to be almost 24 feet off the water, I'd say. So these are very powerful boats.
I think the square top at the top of the mast also adds a good amount of power.
Right, and they're fully battened.
Yep.
So Charlie, do we want to start putting some power into those cameras and boxes? So let's just take a minute here. And I'm going to hand that to you, stick it in your pocket.
Okay.
And I am going to start pulling power off, which we have to do from time to time. Cheryl, it's so much fun to have you aboard scoring.
I know, I was pretty excited.
Nobody told me you were coming, and then suddenly you were here, and it's...
Yeah, nobody told me I was going to be on this boat. I thought I was going to be driving around with Greg all day. So this is a treat. Actually, this is my first time on Firewood.
Just wait till we fire up the grill.
Yeah,
I
we're
can't wait.
having hot dogs for lunch today.
Excellent.
Our goal is to make it look like the Christmas Andy Williams special on TV. You know, with a blazing fireplace. As long as we don't get Claudine Langer coming by to shoot me,
Exactly right. I was just thinking the same thing.
I'll be all good. Okay, so I got power cords coming. Yeah, I'm gonna set and tape this all to wherever we go. And the other thing we could do is, while we're on a hold, is we could put the camera down.
That would be great for my alarm.
Yeah, I know. I'm coming into the camera. You getting feedback on what? On the cable?
Power.
Oh.
Maybe it's
Feedback in the audio?
yes.
I gotta get in right in here. Is my power. Okay.
Get a little tape.
Yep, I'm gonna tape this all together. I'm gonna give you some more cord too. I am gonna, let's see. I have a seat, and let's see if this cable's going to be long enough. It's not. I'm going to get a different power cord. Cheryl, I'm going by you. Out that way. I'm going to grab the audio. We can sit on the back of the boat. Why don't you get a shot? Because what is it?
The feedback?
No, I don't hear the feedback. It was a vibration.
That's
Okay, Ian?
Yeah.
He's going to adjust the camera too. We can just sit here. Why don't you bring that pack of paper right there?
Sorry, what?
There's a pack of paper right there under her glasses.
Yep.
And Charlie, how's that looking for an angle? Are we right in the sun? Sorry about the noise.
Coach?
What's up, Ian?
Nothing.
How many followers you got so far?
I don't know.
Oh, thank you very much. Can't tell the players without a program. Okay. Ian, come have a seat. Let's throw the cooler out of here. So, let's slide that forward. Are you picking up everything on the floor too? You can see the dog bowl?
No, it's just you and two.
Okay. Great. So, and why don't you check the audio? Just throw those ears on for a minute, make sure it's on. We're on the starboard channel, so that sound pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does your program have sale numbers?
No, the sale numbers change every race. So getting sale numbers is a challenge for us. For those of you who are online, put this wireless antenna in my pocket.
This gives me sale numbers. I don't have sale numbers. I have no way to match them up with which. So black, I mean. Hold on, I'll be right there.
Okay, so
Yep, I need an explanation.
the discussion
Read it.
right now is between the scorers of what boats are what colors. So, and we have a very detailed list as I walk out of the picture here. We have a very detailed list of who's starting and who's not finishing. What you're doing right now is you're listening to the head scorer, Greg Wilkinson, talk to Cheryl Byrne on board. They've come alongside.
First, third, fourth. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody seems to be swarming around us now. We've become very popular since you've come on board, Ian. So anyway, this is the rotation. And quite frankly, it is too tight for me to read. Let's open those up. You get set 2, I'll get set 1. That way we can both work with them. There's only one of those, team racing. So give me the 2. There, okay, here we go. Our mark boats are being silly over here. Okay, so let's go to discuss the Zim 15 boats right now. And we're just both reading through these lists that we have here. What was interesting is Zim had been importing collegiate type boats, 420s and FJs from China, and the quality wasn't what they expected. They just weren't able to keep the boats in great shape, and they decided to start building boats in the U.S. About a year ago, I heard this from Mr. Perry, Steve Perry, I believe, who's the owner, and Bob Adams, who does everything else, it seems, and Nate, who are the 3 people from Zim who are here in Marblehead. They had the boat designed by Steve Clark, who used to be co-owner of Vanguard sailboats before they were bought by Laser Performance. Started with a clean board to try to use could get into dinghies and fit into dinghies, because as you know, they get to guys like me who sailed in college but are now 6 feet and 205 pounds on a good day. You know, we needed a boat that was big enough for us to get around in, yet we could all still race competitively in. And it's a lot more technical. I don't know if you noticed some of the things that they added to the boats, but you can adjust the forestay while you're sailing.
Yep.
So if you're in fleet racing, I don't know how they're controlling it today to make it all one design. Anticipated that yacht clubs would purchase this for fleets, especially to have team racing. I know here in Marblehead we've got, what, about 15 or 20 V15s lined up that sail on Wednesday nights. And we also get 15 to 20 lasers out every Tuesday night, and there's a group of older adults. You guys, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and talk if you need to, Charlie. You don't have to be that bashful. And so they're looking for a boat that is not just a reworked 420. The 420 was designed in 1959. The Vanguard 15 was designed in the 80s. And I personally am too big for both of them. I got out of, when I was college sailing, I went from 150 to 210 pounds in 1 year. That was the end of my dinghy sailing.
Yeah.
Here, hang on to that for a second.
Got it.
Yeah. What weight did you sail at college?
I was right around 185 for most of my career.
Yeah, so your crew was what, 105, 110?
Ideally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always a little big.
So good. So they brought these 24 boats up. They came up on Wednesday. They assembled them. And the only issue that we've seen so far is that the Traveler, which are line, the knots weren't tied tight enough. And the guys are coming in Thursday afternoon, and the main sheets are banging around with the Traveler out.
Okay.
Retied the knots, and off they went. And I was asking the two teams who were at my house for dinner last night what they thought about the boats, and they said they're just fine. They're holding together. They want to keep their weight forward in this light air, and they said if they tack them too hard and rush to the other side, the crews are hitting the shrouds.
Okay.
But they also admitted if they're tacking them that hard and they have to come across to keep the boat from rotating too much, they're tacking them too hard.
Yep.
So pretty interesting. I'm just looking through anything else here. The waterline beam is narrower than a lot of other dinghies that you see. So when these boats, I hope we'll get one to come alongside so we can give you a video tour of it while there's no wind, but it's a very narrow boat, which is what makes it go through the water so easily in this light air. The centerboard and rudder are high aspect foils, but they can adjust easily. We see that they get the best points of a dagger board that you can raise the board, but they've got a bunch of what they said are lumps that were on the side of each of the board, so you can literally raise it and articulate it.
Gotcha.
For depowering when it breezes up. I haven't seen that, so well, thank you. We have a wonderful advertisement here for all of our pieces. Oh, Sailing Anarchy slid down a bit. Might want to find the white duct tape to hold that all together.
Is that in the back?
Nah, I think it's forward. I don't know where I put it. Oh, look on top of the engine box, 180 degrees around the back. So this is the wording from Zim. We included the ability to raise the centerboard to pivot, reduces draft, moves the center of effort closer to the waterline, enables teams to reef their boards. Never thought of that. I know, like on the new gunboats, the big catamarans coming out, they went to centerline boards so they can move the center of effort aft.
Okay.
So if you get a lot of breeze, reef down the main, gives you much smaller jib, but your pivot is farther back. Thank you. This is super high-tech TV here. On the fly. Wow. Perfect, Charlie. Maybe there's a new career for you and me,
I could use a new career every once in a while.
Yeah.
Every 10 years.
And how much do we get paid for today?
Yeah.
Okay. The boat weighs 180 pounds, 30 pounds lighter than a V15, 50 pounds lighter than a Club 420. Wow.
Wow.
Gets it, but an international 420 is what, 80 pounds less than a Club 420?
Definitely lighter. Not sure
Yeah,
the exact numbers.
4 little kids can pick up an international 14. A couple of waves here for those of you on board. All right, that's enough about those boats for now. Oh, one other thing, sail area. Sail area in the boat's 153 feet. A V15 is 127 feet. So that's 17% less. Club 420s and Larks are 29% less sail, and a 29 or 7%. So that makes a huge difference when you have a light air regatta like this.
Absolutely.
As opposed to no. We get 2.8 knots now.
I mean, the 2 races we just saw, there was barely any wind and boats were still moving.
Right. And they weren't just rolling around the course either.
No, yeah, they were moving well.
I've been chucked out of regatta for roll tacking around the course.
I suspect that's not the only reason.
We have comments coming from our score. We'll have to get our own mic if we're going to have comedic relief here on board. All right. Let's go back to the format that we have here. In general, the idea was to get 212 races in 3 days. That would require a race starting every 3 minutes and 11 seconds nonstop. And we were set up for that. And that would allow a 15-minute break in the middle of each stage. There are 4 stages in team racing. Stage 1 is 2 complete round robins. And we've already decided to eliminate the second full round robin. So we've gone from 132 races in the first stage to 66, and we've completed how many, Cheryl? 61? We finished 60 races, so we need 6 more races to complete the first round robin. Then we go to stage 2. The top 6 from the first round robins, well, now it's going to be a single round robin, will sail a single. So if you have 6 boats, sailing a round robin is going to be 30 races.
Yep.
And the same for the bottom of the fleet. And then they do a funny mix-up. Out of those top 6, only 5 move into the gold division. So even if you make the top 6 for the first top of the fleet, you can't finish last. And the same for the people who are in the bottom of the fleet. Whoever finishes first in that grouping moves up to the gold round. So that's 30 races total in that stage. And from the end of that, we'll go into stage 4. I'm sorry, there were 30 races in stage 2, change it up, 30 races in stage 3, change it up, and then go to what we call the finals. The next set of races will be a best 3 out of 5 between boats 1 and 2, and then 2 out of 3 between boats 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the most important one to get finished is between 1 and 2, because quite frankly, finishing second isn't so bad unless, of course, it's also last. And in team racing, last is no good. So there's only one champion here, and they will cut out races as follows. If we start running out of time, your races, we've already cut out the second complete round robin in stage 1. At that point in time, we'll cut out stage 2 if there's not Ah, that might make a difference. Is that working?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, we shut the camera off, and that killed everything. Now you gotta see. I'm looking to see. You don't have 3.
Yeah, I do.
You have 3 blues?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. We got the camera shut off while we were changing batteries, and I totally forgot what we were talking about. It was
We were
getting
talking about,
fouls on
yeah.
the water. So if you get a black flag,
Yep.
I bet a lot of them don't need to go through because if your team lost anyway,
Yep.
they don't hear it.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't see it that often, the black flags. It's mostly if there was, a big crash and damage was likely. It's kind of the most often times I think you would see that. But, yeah, it's definitely a part of it.
Do you see the same umpires at event after event?
Yeah, definitely. I actually umpired at the Halloween team race up here at the Eastern last fall, and some of the same judges are around. But
you were
yeah,
sailing
especially
or you were umpiring?
I was umpiring last
good.
last year, but definitely at college events you see the same umpires every weekend.
Yeah, so it doesn't behoove you. It's kind of like hockey. You don't want to be shooting the puck at the ref.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
funny, I use that analogy all the time about team racing. I call it hockey on the water when I try to describe it to people that
Yeah.
have never watched it.
Hockey on the water is interesting. It's more like demolition derby.
A little bit,
But with team demolition derby. And there are no radiators on these boats, so you don't back into them. But yeah, or it's 3-man sumo wrestling. See if you get 2 out of 3 pinned. You get 2 out of 3 down, you're a winner. It's definitely not the team racing that we did years and years ago. How's that shoot into the sun? Do we need to change? It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's
Okay.
getting good contrast here, so I think it's
All right.
It's nice to be in the shade.
Yeah. So all these comments that you can't hear are coming from Charlie Van Duzen, who is the creator of the NautiCloud, which is allowing us to do this. We hope that it'll become a standard for collegiate sailing and for fleet sailing all over. As long as you have view of a facility who's got Wi-Fi in their house, and they'll open up the channel, or you have the password to it, you can be broadcasting the same as we are today. It's amazingly inexpensive. You can take the NautiCloud and put it on your boat, put it in your camper. Although I don't have an RV, I did see one in the parking lot.
Okay.
You can take it to ski
Not a bad
house.
way to travel.
No, but if you're going to somebody's ski house, do you have Wi-Fi? I don't. Take one with you. You might
Yep.
be able to pick it up. What do you figure, Charlie? Gives you 20 times more range?
25 times the range of a standard
You know what? I better
laptop or something like that.
go to the ad sheet here because I know there's one under here. So we get high power off-board Wi-Fi. That's what's talking to the beach, and then an onboard Wi-Fi, and you can tune that up or down. So if you're right next to it, like we are, I mean, we are 12, 14 feet away from it, and Cheryl, the scorer's laptop, is 8 feet away from it. You don't want to overpower. If the signal's too strong, you get a lot of noise. They're waterproof and rugged, so you can buy it with the antenna on it or install it down below and put an antenna way up in your rig on your cruising sailboat. It can mount right to the rail. We've got it mounted right now on our Brooks and Gatehouse mast, which is actually just attached to a piece of antenna. You got to pick up your power supply, Charlie, as you walk out if you want to take a picture of it. And we just put it up. It's got an articulating ball up there. He's going to pan very slowly. But that's the whole box that's sitting up there. 25-foot power cable. Draws about ½ an amp. And so you can instantly come along with your smartphone or your tablet or your PC. And Cheryl, it took you what, 10 seconds once you had the password? I mean, it's just like getting anybody else. Doesn't require USB, it's Wi-Fi. So it's on the publicly available channel. And there are no recurring costs. You don't have to subscribe to anything. So we think that's pretty cool. And thanks, Charlie, for bringing the gear and making this available. For those of you who want to check it out for your yacht club, it's go to NautiCloud, N-A-U-T-I Cloud. And it's not naughty because he's bad. It's naughty for nautical, and it's just pretty awesome. And we'll have a list up in the next week of all the gear and pictures of what we use today. The only piece that you don't have to have, but it's really nice, are the wireless mics. which usually you see on the TV people's lapel, and a box that goes in your pocket. I brought this from the video from my office where we make training videos. These are like $200 if you want wireless, but the whole setup of the NautiCloud, what's the name of that box? VidiU? VidiU. V-I-D-I, big U. From Teradek. That ran about, that box was $700. The NautiCloud 650. And the antenna up on the house a mile away is $150. And that antenna was self-powered, so when you plug it with a Cat 5 cable into the back of their cable router, it gets all the power it needs.
That's right.
This was so simple. For any of you who've ever, I mean, if you can do your iPad and hook it up to your home network and do the password, within an hour of hooking these things up, you can be up and ready to fly. And the second or third time you do it, it's real easy. We also have an app that goes onto the iPad that shows all the different channels. Why don't you put that camera down, Charlie, and pass me your tablet so we can see how many different networks we're looking at here. I'm betting there are 4 or 5 networks that we could see. And after these wakes go by, because we're going to roll a bit here.
The signal ranges from, and we're connected to, you can see, which happens to be a protected network that we set up on shore. But we can also see would invite us to connect to them without a key. So yeah. Anybody with a browser on their iPad can control the NautiCloud and see all the networks that are in the key. If it's not keyed, there's probably an embedded gateway there that you have to provide another password or a credit card for.
Hey, can you guys bring that boat alongside? We want to get some video of it. We're going to interrupt this ad to show you one of the boats. Charlie, you can do it. I'm going to bring you the cable, which I'm going to step on. Got it? All right. Most pole not important enough. Fast.
Pretty hard to create.
Like 30. Are you using? Are you talking about this? You know.
And I think some of cock it back and then it in, but it might work. And how's your rate up a fair
60 race work here. We had 2 to 5.
It's definitely college sailors or college boats or even it's just they move and the race committee
The blade?
Yeah. Up like that. Just what's good and bad. And then I think they're gonna there's this line that holds it down. Pretty
Appreciate you coming. For everybody. Quickly.
I think I'm gonna hop on.
All right. Well, and on and from there 10/11ths to tighten our Carol, what's the difference in
Gives racing, it
10 points?
translates into 1, 2, 3.
Can you?
Link is
Okay, so what is on that?
has 7 wins. Team Shred.
6 wins.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, and even, well, in the 7th, there are 6. 7th place has 6 wins, 4 losses. 8th is where you get down to 5 wins. 8th
Okay.
place.
So, and the reason they're probably in 7th, is it because they have more losses, or is it just alphabetical?
No, it's probably more losses. And my guess is that the team that's in first place right now, ladies and gentlemen, is 1 race behind. The team in 2nd place has completed more races, so that will likely not stand for very long.
Yeah. Okay. Breeze is starting to fill. The whole harbor has changed its angle of wind, almost the whole harbor. And unfortunately, where our race course is set up is right in between, right in the lull between the sea breeze that's coming down our harbor. Marblehead Harbor points northeast, southwest. The southwest end is closed off by a causeway, and then the outside of the neck, that's the other side of the harbor, is blocking this new breeze from actually getting to us. So it's
Right now, the stream is just on.
and I'll call Beanie. So our stream has a weak signal right now, and we're going to try to get as many people off it as possible.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is off. So, yes, that is on. I need that for scoring.
Well, the question is can we have it on only when we're scoring, when we're sending scores up? Okay, my Wi-Fi on my phone is shut off. So what we're learning is as the breeze changes and the boat turns, the signal, for some reason, got some distraction. So bear with us a minute while we make a few phone calls and get people off of the network. We had too many people on the network. Hello? Do you have your phone or anything else? And did you give it out to anybody? Okay. Is he on your boat? Okay, let's make sure everything's shut off. Yeah, well, Cheryl's on with us, so.
Okay, we're back to good.
Okay, and so a couple of people shut off, and now we're back to a good signal. Thank you very much. Bye. Well, that was easy. Some of the people who were working yesterday were on the signal, and we got them to shut off.
When he said he umpired last year, I was like, oh, that's how I do it.
No, that's different, Ian.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're showing 3.5 knots coming down the harbor. The current's We're still at 5 knots up here by Little Harbor.
Water in your cooler, Trevor?
Water bottles in. All right, Charlie, how do you want to do this? Let's see if we can pull the anchor first, and then we'll get the pickup buoy second. You can leave it cleated.
Everything that was on the table is now under here.
Tell me if you need me to break the anchor. You don't need the chalk, you can cleat it anywhere. Okay, I'm over the pickup buoy. Pickup buoy's amidship. Oh, good. Backing slowly. There'll be water on the side decks from now on. So the pickup buoy that we use picks up the forward part of the anchor in case we hook a trawl line, which you and I have done many a time. Okay. I want to go to a wide out shot.
You didn't wrap your boat because I saw you riding it. I mean, your bike. I saw you riding it the other day.
All right, so we are underway. If they move the course, we'll have to move where we set up. So we're going to attempt to go over to a given time. I can't drive the boat and run the camera, and obviously we're headed into the harbor, so there's nothing behind us. There's going to be dampness on the deck that came from the ground tackle.
Around here for a little bit.
Yeah, you want to grab the camera?
Yeah. It's nice to be mobile.
Moved about a quarter of a mile. Time. In a few minutes. Breathe. What do they? Definitely pure yellow, the leopard print, eastern and dark settled in. These long behind. Oh, the boats look pretty clean. Hey, Becca, doesn't look like don't need to in the harbor than there is in. We're gonna.
Alright. Hey, you want to talk here, sir?
Interview Michael.
No, dude, come on. Come on. Point so far? What? Real fast. Thank you. That's pretty cool.
And Brooks.
And Brooks car, yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Wrap it up.
No,
Nice.
we can keep this going. You guys gotta buy. You guys gotta buy, right?
Yeah, we're around.
We're racing the hood rats next.
Oh, you guys gotta go. Dude, we're like mid-interview here, Barnard. So how'd that last race go for you guys?
Got some nice yacht club. That's correct.
Far. Cool.
Weird.
Thank you. Okay, I'm putting the getting interference. So we
His fingers are
back down. Power.
the cone.
That's red. Oh, there's a yellow one here.
So that's boats.
Okay.
4, 5. And third boat bringing up 11. When can't.
Race number 60.
Characters. Raw.
Just gotta make sure the dogs don't chew through the power cords. Oh, a couple of fouls called in here. We can hear the whistles going.
Sorry. Okay.
Green, green. So this is starting to be some pretty good action. Okay, Cheryl, race 66. The lure way. So rotate it all. How you doing, Doctor?
Get off.
Cheryl got 3. No, it's not for you. Look out, dogs.
Okay, so the changing dock, Gretchen Curtis, finish row Cali dock, the signal boat Debbie Noble, all have the rotation for the next round. The first flight is ladies and gentlemen in red against teams red and blue. US in green against Liberal in orange. We're all in pink. And then black. And the home record.
Make it a big right turn.
Not right now. Go to where you go. We'll come to you. Just remind Greg I don't have the results of the last race yet, 66, okay?
He said that's okay.
But I will need them eventually.
We all agree.
Trophy.
Nick, how Charlie, I'm going to make a left turn and come into the wind. That's where we struck the anchor. Way back.
Way back where, that way?
Yeah, back down to where Roger's was. That's right there. It's not Roger on.
Over here?
Yeah, that's where we'll end up. Roger, you sit down.
Boy, am I glad I brought a hat today. I had no idea how gorgeous it was out there.
Luna, what are you looking at, huh?
This is the puppy that you got. Hot dog drinks. No, he's emailing it to me.
Like a pencil.
I don't have it.
That's good. Am I pointed at 3? All right,
Hi,
want to
Nick.
drop it to starboard and we'll float back.
Good, how are you?
Watch your feet. Yeah, I don't have the power on. Nick, just so you know, this white ball is our anchor. I know. Okay, I'm gonna move that gear. I'm gonna sit up front. Okay.
She would tell you the truth. She is amazing.
Yeah, we'll move that one. I just can't do this.
Oh, that.
Cheryl, as we're starting, if you can.
Oh,
Okay. So now we have audio. Right here. Am I any good now? Good now, good now, good now, good now. Put it right in the middle. Give me some volume up. Up, up, up. Up, 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 down, up, down, 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 down. Are we using this thing?
No. We're disconnected from this now.
No, we must be.
No, because we're going, you're right. We're going in, that's audio in here now. Going into this box. You want to go back to the camera?
No, that's fine. I got audio.
But I don't know if we have it going out. We must, yeah.
Going off board? Yeah, we do. There's no question. Okay, so let me get rid of these headphones. All right, and let me try walking with this thing. If you're watching, we're sorry about the audio. It just went down on us, and we're redoing it right now. Who's in purple and black? It's back here in the back of the boat. Oh, I can't go this way.
I saw them in Boston.
Okay, so we're trying to figure out who's in black and purple here. Do we know? Okay, we need a sheet.
Black and purple is the Wall versus Rhode Island Pistol Race 135.
Okay, and who's in black and who's in purple?
Black.
Guys, everything you say is getting broadcast, okay? So we're trying to do a video here.
Yes, sir.
Got it. Put the binoculars down. Okay. Do we know if the black is Rhode Island or?
Yes. Black is Rhode Island Pistol.
Do you have a sheet?
Okay. I need a sheet in my hand. Okay, so black is Rhode Island and the purple are the Pistols. Thank you.
That's it.
Right there, it's on. So I got that.
I don't think they're racing like that.
Next moving marks.
Nobody here is racing.
No, they're moving.
Okay, the purple and yellow way up is the home wreckers.
They're on the course.
Okay. Charlie? Charlie? The race on the course is purple and yellow. Picking up their second drive. Yellow's pushing. They're backing. Okay, 22 setting up a trap. In purple has a 2-3-4. The umpires are right in there, so if there's contact at the mark, they're going to know about it. Home wreckers in a 1-5-6, not a good position. doesn't get much tighter than this. You'll see the fleet coming down the backside. Blue is College of Charleston, and red is the Kirkwood Ticklers. As we come to this mark, Homewreckers in yellow, jibes onto starboard. The trap, Homewreckers didn't pull it off. Eastern looks to be in a 2-3-4 right now. Note 22 boat just slowing down. Off to the right of your screen, you didn't see it, but there was a protest called by Eastern, and it was green flag. They've been greened, meaning no foul. We're going to have a crossing situation here where they're going to have Eastern drive into the other boats on starboard, but they tacked off. It's beyond me. Not a team race. That looks like Nick Johnstone. Green flag, so there was no protest there. College of Charleston has their work cut out for them here. No foul. They said they didn't hit the mark. This black boat sailing in front of you is not part of the course. College of Charlestown in blue is working this boat off the right side of the course, slowing down on top of them, and now pulled away. They look like they're going to seal a 1 position for this race, while their teammates left behind threw in a luff. Wasn't very effective. 6 or 7 more waves, Mr. Cameraman. It's like Carl. Oh, so the others are just sailing around. Pink and black is race number 143. Oh yeah. Hawks and peacocks. Okay, so the hawks are in pink and the clam jammers are in black. Must be about a minute to start. One minute to the start. Hawks and pinks. Clam jammers in black. That's correct. That's do less, and ladies and gentlemen. Alright, once we finish the start, Mr. Cameraman, we're going to turn to the right and get the do less and ladies and gentlemen coming downwind for this mark rounding. 18 was over for the clam jammers. Okay, coming down the course, having rounded Mark 2 and approaching our Mark 3, the red boat is the do less team. Boat in orange are the ladies and gentlemen. Have a play 2 going, that's a 2-3-4. Boat number 9 for do less had just been called for. Watch your feet on those windows. Unfortunately, they scratch them. Looks like they've been called for kinetics. As they round the leeward mark, do less in a 1. Throwing a tight luff. Well, not quite. But it's clearly a 2-3-4 for ladies and gentlemen here. Pretty commanding position for them to be in. Not much going on this leg. This is just a chasing leg when you have a commanding 2-3-4. Not much goes on, but right here, the do less team tries to throw in some kind of a trap to slow down. Sail, if not. So I couldn't tell what go down the hawk. Peacock. There. Really hard rounding for clam jammers. Couple attacking duels. Guy for the Peacocks dragged in the water for a while. Slowed down boat 17. Detacks. It's Hawks Peacock there for a minute. This is not bad. Okay. Ball in purple. So it's hard to tell with the homewreckers boats so far to port where they're going to come out. The two boats to starboard appears the homewreckers are in the lead, but I don't know if that's going to last. Okay, I'm play one position. If you finish 1, 2, you win. 1, 2, and 6 is 9 points. 10 points wins the race. Notice Team Shred sailing one boat very high, trying to make the pass. 5, who's behind, still in last. Trying to 6th boat. 1, 2 would be a play. And Hood Rat takes that race with a 1-2-6. Okay, there are no other races on the course right now, as the race committee seems to be twisting the course a little bit. Breeze seems to have gone left a touch. We have no racing at the moment. This video is brought to you by NautiCloud for your onboard wireless Wi-Fi. We're broadcasting with Wi-Fi only, public Wi-Fi, hooked up to a house on shore, and a NautiCloud 2-channel broadcast unit. You put them on your boat, your RV, your ski house, any open signal, you get 25 times the range that you would with normal wireless. We have wireless going from the camera to the NautiCloud, from the NautiCloud up to the shore. On the shore, there's a house that has a view of the race course, and from there we put up a directional antenna just to get the bandwidth that we need to upload live video. So the combinations in team racing which win are a 1-2 anything, a 1-3 anything. The idea is if you have 10 points or less, you win. There are a number of combinations that are extremely powerful. A 2-3-4 allows you to camp on all the other boats. So 2-3-4 is one of the most powerful positions. But we've got 3 or 4 big waves going to hit us right here. Cheryl, why are we stopped? Okay. Oh, they're resetting the course. That we have a quality stream. Yeah. So while we are looking at the courses being changed for the wind shift, we're just in awe of the beautiful weather that they got for the Hinman this year in Marblehead. It is not usual for it to be 80 degrees out on the water here in September. Nobody's been taking their boats out. Boatyards are going to start being very busy next week. We're also forecast to have the same weather conditions for tomorrow if not even more wind, or even more heat. The wind to be determined. Which way you headed with the course? Okay, so the indication is we're moving this course out to sea, maybe about half a mile. We're going to have to pull anchor and get underway. So we're going to turn off the video or turn off the audio for a while, and we'll be back with you as soon as we can. Thanks.
You keep the audio streaming, the video streaming?
Yeah, you can. shot would have been better out there, on the other side of the race course.
Thought we had a clear window.
Are we clear here? Are we clear here?
That's a little better, yeah.
Okay, so we'll keep going up. I'm going to go to the left.
See if you can face the antenna. Is it?
Well, we can go angle it.
Yeah. Well,
I want to get anchored.
okay.
If this is better than it was
We have
down there.
20 dB here.
Okay.
That's much better than down there. That's twice what we had down there. It's not as much as we had in there, though.
Cheryl, are you connected right now?
I shut off before. I'll try it. Come on.
No, we don't want you to try right now. We get sailboats between us. That's our issue. Oh yeah, I can just see the antenna. No, what?
Could you go a little bit more to the right edge now, please? Spin around and go another 20. Grab 10 yards and grab.
I think you said.
Go ahead and just do it there.
I think you said he's already.
To go.
Mach 4 is 210 degrees.
It's 3 down, 5 up right now.
What do you think? You want to set here? Is this
Are
like,
these
that's the
top
marks, yeah.
We are in sequence for the first 3.
Anchor down?
Yeah, we're going to turn right. 53 feet of water.
Things are pretty skewed. We're getting a big righty over here at the Mach 4 to finish leg. 210 degrees. It's all in sea breeze. We're in the
I
other
don't know
breeze.
yet. We're working on anchoring.
Yeah.
Mach 2 is Mach 1. Mach 1 is a fetch. Go back Mach 1.
Charlie, tell me when you think I'm right in the breeze. Got to call it in.
We believe there's a breeze on the other side of the rock coming our way.
We straight up. I can't see the burgee. Come right. Yeah. All right, let's drop it. 55 feet. I can't hear you. No.
Drag. I think two might even have to go a little bit.
Roger, can you grab that and drag it forward, please?
I was thinking Mark 2 could become Mark 1. Yeah, I think so. I'll take a look. You go past me. If this one needs to be adjusted, I will. I think it looks good though. Finish part, I hate to tell you this, but you're probably going to have to move.
Hang on, Charlie. We're going forward. We've got a wind shift.
So we're ready to drag at the fin.
Go forward.
ball off your bow become Mark 1?
Yes, Roger. Right about there is where I want it to end up.
Mark 1's in the water.
A lot of weight coming, guys. Lots. Here it comes. Moving a couple 100 yards. You have feedback now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
No feedback?
Just a little bit.
That's fine. It is what it is. Alright, let's figure out what race we're going at.
Is this thing working? Streaming?
Most of the time, yeah.
So what do I answer? Actually,
Tell to retry.
There were just 5 races, so we should be on race 139, Toby.
Looking for my chart.
The next race to start should be 139.
I'm going to grab your belt if you start going one way or another.
okay.
Carl, underneath your follow canvas.
Okay, you slide right to the back of the boat now. We just had a wind shift. We just had a wind shift. Call and ask him what race number we're on. Result. Cox. So we have pistol. Clan. Mark 3 in box. Okay. One. But it's deceptive. Okay. $720. Sailed into a hole on the right side. Let's see how they come out on the far side of the finish boat. They tack for the finish off the starboard side. looks for sure to get at least a 2, 2, 3, 4. Hard to tell if not a 1, 2, 3. Oh, the finish is tight. They're all parking up above the finish boat. Looks like Hood Rat in a 1. I can't see the boats behind. Ladies and gentlemen, in second, Black. Clam Jammers have 5. But yeah, you want to commentate?
Yeah, at some point, we need power in this computer.
Okay, so let's fire up the engine and start charging everything.
Battery 2, the 27 or the 24?
24. So
Are we on 1 or 2?
we're on 1 right now.
We're on the 27.
All right. I'm going to get us started up.
Right here. What do you want?
Jammers. And they do. Height on the, that's a 1, 2, 5. At the leeward mark, we have Kirkwood in a 1, 2. So they're in a 1, 2, 5 right now.
Okay, I would like it to end up there. Can you come towards me at all? Getting kind of long.
The downwind battle for 5th and 6th between Kirkwood and Team Shred continues. They're going to be a whole leg behind here in a moment. Moot. Hood Rat boat going. Hope that doesn't affect. As we come to finish, now Mark, I just want to remind you, the score is brought to us right around the Hawks Peak. Into the girl. Yes, I think you're right. It looked like they forward here at the little seeing. The Hawks Shred versus Doula. Shred in red. Okay, we have Tomas is coming aboard here to help us do some commentary. Again, the breeze looks light on the right side of the course. And what we've been doing here is, hey, protest, I'm hearing the whistles go. Orange.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty good.
All right. So we have a break in the action that's blown through off the port side of our boat. It's pretty dramatic. The breeze is back on. I'm just feeling the first puff come in now. It's 6 knots, a blistering 6. But you know what? If it was a solid 6, it's perfect for team racing because these boats are so powerful. You've noticed.
That way. Yeah, mains, powerful sail fan. Definitely not under canvassed. Full mains with the full battens definitely helps power.
Yeah, we have some statistics on the boats here. Let me turn around and grab them. These were supplied by the manufacturer Zim. Here, if you hold the magic wand. We have a very fancy mic.
I like it.
Mic holder, don't you? A little toilet paper to keep the wind off. Nothing but the finest on firewood. These boats were designed by the former owner of Vanguard. I'll take my glasses off so I can see. Steve Clark. They're produced by Zim in their Warren, Rhode Island. Their goal was to, it's over here, see, hold it just like that. See, we're all amateurs.
Got it.
Yeah, we learn all our lives. They're designed for sailors in their 20s and 30s. I was hoping they'd stretch that to the 50s because they look like a lot of fun to sail. And a nice high boom to get under.
Yeah, the Vang really helps. I like what they did with the 29er style Vang. With
Right. Over the top, and the dangle pole for the jib, which we had, some kids came by this morning from Roger Williams and showed us exactly how it worked. It's just fascinating. They're getting a lot of control on the jib with a full batten jib.
That's right, yeah.
So what I was looking for is they had some details in here compared to, let's see, it's 153 square feet of sail, 17% more than a Vanguard 27, 29% more than a 420 or a Lark, and 7% less than a 29er. So pretty interesting. And yeah, 40 pounds lighter, which is why they're accelerating. They're very narrow going through the water, and they have these wings. They don't have that curved deck like the Opti or the 420. So when you get in a collision, you're not going to get that compression damage.
Yeah, it's a nice feature, especially for team racing. I mean, they do seem to accelerate pretty aggressively out of jibes and tacks, which is nice.
And one of the pieces, I'm not finding it right now, but was the centerboard is reefable. It comes, the whole thing ratchets up, so you can have less board in the water at different angles.
Interesting.
Now, I got to see that in action. We have noticed that the boards are very high aspect, and they rotate well forward in the boat. So, interesting.
Yes.
I thought it was pretty
Definitely mixes it up. I think that's a good thing. I feel like the team racing at this elite level is getting a little stale with the Vanguard and 420. People are getting kind of bored with it. Kind of cool to see a new class push its way through.
And the other piece that's so interesting is that with this extra power, the lighter boat, taller rigs. I mean, these rigs are tall. These guys have been sailing through wind that you never would have seen in a 420
yeah, that's right. Sail area aloft definitely helps with the lower wind range and heavier crew. Actually, I mean, you can sail with.
Yeah, well,
I believe
that's what I was hoping.
300 pounds.
Now that means I need a 90-pound crew, but
yeah, not very forgiving, but a little better.
Yep. Haven't seen one of those for 35 years and want to get in a boat with me. 7, I'm sorry, the Wall in yellow, and the Hawks Peacocks in purple.
Yeah, it's a rule
violation.
Yeah, rule 2. Correct.
There we know. And there's quite a bit of distance between the last purple and the first, the yellow. And now they've got problems within their own team at the mark. They all have to give each other room. Interesting to see him sail into this hole here. And some of the sail blue of the got it first quickly.
Yeah. Including 2 College Sailor of the Years in Thomas Barrows and Graham Landy. So we'll see how the start goes under 10 seconds here.
But Thomas isn't a Stanford guy.
Yale guy.
Pay attention. It's a tough crowd.
See if you can pinch off number 2.
We're aware to your onboard the fact that
chance crewing for seconds. Look, ladies and
I wonder if that's
whoever 3's trying to play. Seven going to the 6. Puts the response mark. 7. Another ladies momentum
here on the right side of the court.
Traditional play 4 here. 13's trying to slow down, trying to ball and is not allowed. Maneuvering some protests, waiting for an umpire call. Again, 17 trying to hold out 14, pushing back into the 6.
Got a green flag.
Eastern looks like they're going into the 145 here. Successfully. We'll see how good a job 17 can do. (16) sailing in clear air on the right side there. (18) for sure rounding in first. And another tight mark rounding here. Looks like Pistols might be forcing a 2-3-4 with the Eastern boat in first.
So 18 for Eastern has just parked at the mark.
Yeah, however,
just stopped his boat. He did it on purpose, obviously.
Pistols, however, rounding 2-3-4, successfully turning a 1-4-6 into a
Let's see if they can
2-3-4.
tack and clear though, because their boat from second who tack. Oh, that's a red boat just returning. I'm sorry. I mix up the reds and the pinks. Yeah, it's a pretty commanding 2-3-4 down there. I'm really surprised nobody's tacking out. break on the course because the support people weren't paying attention. All right, so we have
Trying to hook at least one of the pink boats to get his other guy forward. However, Eastern does have the 6, so they do have to make sure they get the 3. 146 will not win the race. They need a 3 at least.
really some stalling here by Eastern and 18, trying to get on top of one of the pink boats there. Really slow him down. Question is, he doesn't want to lose his 1 spot though. So Eastern takes 1, yep.
Yeah, it looks like Pistols get taken to 235.
Tough loss for the
tight
Eastern.
Race, though, yeah.
Yep. Okay, down between marks 3 and 4. We're
here. This is
the cameraman. Sure you going on down. Going. All right, so we believe Clam Jammers took the last one. All right. Coming by us now are the Kirkwood Ticklers in red and Do Less in blue. Well, we have plenty of conversation. Green flag. In blue. With some day. And we got a green flag on the request for a protest. Hey, they've certainly figured out how to run these boats.
I agree. Boat handling is tremendous. Oh, 1 capsize, just as you say that, ironically.
Okay.
They're doing more now, though. They're definitely doing more.
How embarrassing. I wonder if that was the guy that was yelling protest so much.
Yeah, it's probably how karma works, yeah.
Well, you know, the day's going to cool off at this time of year pretty quickly. And being wet, you're going to be cold going into it.
Yeah, it's going to suck for one of those 3 skippers and crew.
So it was Do Less who capsized. And Do Less is finishing 5-6. So down there we have Kirkwood with a pretty strong 2-3-4. But we only have the bandwidth to give you 1 picture at a time. But we're very close to marks 2 and 3 on the weather end, and we hear a lot of noise from mark 1. And whistles. here, Charlie, for a while. This wake's going to last. So we're doing the best we can with a handheld camera. And it's not just a camera. It's a camera, the wireless mic, and the broadcast facility. They're all bent together.
Ball with the dogs.
If you let her, she'll chew on your VHF. All right. So amazingly, Do Less has closed the gap, but there's no way they can get back from this 5.6.
VMG tax? You want to explain that, Greg?
A VMG, you mean where you come out with more VMG than you go in?
Basically same, and people call them VMG tack in the middle of the tack to make a lot of progress directly at front.
Got it. Velocity. So it looks like the blue boat's in first here on starboard, but maybe two boat. Well, there is a lot of activity going on down here trying to spring the boats through, but I think with a blue boat, absolute in 6, blue's going for a 1. The question is, can they get the 3 in there? It's going to be very tight. The 2 boat's trying to slow down though. Well, that was quite the finish. I never would have believed that Do Less could have pulled back into within a hair.
Yeah,
Suffering a capsize.
That capsize is pretty devastating.
Don't know yet. Haven't gotten the call on that.
Okay, we've got one last race that's on the course now and one re-race to do. The dog's trying to tell somebody something. The puppy, well, no, she's just playing with it. You got to put little water in it. The dog tips her bowl over. Yep. All right, Tomas, it's been great having you aboard.
Toby, signing off. Thanks for the opportunity. You guys are doing a great job. Don't need my help. So,
oh, we always need your help.
No.
Oh, you didn't even get a fresh beer while you were here.
No, I came with a full one, so it was all prepped.
Okay. Well, come back tomorrow.
Regardless, thanks.
Give us some help.
Yeah, definitely. Do you know what the plan is for? They're doing another.
Well, they're setting up the next rotation. So are we going into the next
sail until it's dark.
The next stage? All right, so at the leeward mark, in green and orange, we have the hawks and peacocks. Peacocks are in green. Hawks got a 2-3. I can't, we're just too far away to be able to tell, but it looks like a 2-3-5. He's not going to. Charlie, don't be alarmed. Boat's going to come right in here in the bow. Pole vault over that corner. All right, guys. Thank you. Of course. The roll to this half from but we'll see. It's on landing. So the breeze has gone we have a problem in the middle of the course. Can you guys slide out of the way? We're watching a... Oh.